So in yesterday's video, I got interrupted, as you remember. Somebody dropped this lawnmower off, said that a pack rat had been in it. And boy, he said he cleaned a lot of the nest out. And there was still a lot of nests over here, some back here. So, but this is pretty catastrophic. So you'll see here, maybe, that right there is the ignition key. You know, the key, the ignition. Every wire was chewed off. There's the wire harness right there. And then the fuse obviously was chewed off. Well, I guess you can't see that. So there's the fuse. The meter, the amp meter, or whatever that is, oil pressure meter. And safety switch wire. The carburetor solenoid wire is gone, completely missing. Oh, I see it right there. There it is. He ate that, it looks like. The headlight wire, oil pressure wire. So I called him, told him what it was going to be. The harness itself was $300. Just for the main harness, the primary harness. And then you had all the other wire harnesses that you had to replace. Not to mention, I don't know if this thing runs. You know, there could be other issues. Solenoid, ignition coil, I meant to say. Carburetor could be clogged up. I just don't know. So I guesstimated what I told him, let's see, $400 to $600 is what my guess was. And that was without very little labor. Very little labor. That's primary parts. So they said so then I looked up on Facebook Marketplace, and in the area, this thing's going for about $500 to $700. So it would have cost as much to fix it as it would have been buy another one. So they said, let's scrap it. So they gave it to me. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it. I don't sell lawnmowers anymore. But I'm telling you, the tires are just absolutely amazing. I'm sure that engine is in pretty good shape. I can get it started. I'd have to take it apart to disconnect the ignition coil. But I didn't work on it today. And but last night, I really was not working hard. I came out, I took the hood off, took the gas tank out, and I was fine. I went in, looked for part numbers, and whatever else happened, I don't remember. But I came out, I don't remember what I did. Oh, maybe I took the hood off. I mean, I just wasn't working very hard. I was pretty much just standing in one spot, minding my own business. And I called Carolyn out to look at the mouse or rat or whatever it is destruction, and just so she could see it. Went back inside, and I realized I was in serious trouble. Serious trouble. And my heart was just dun, 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 just as hard as it could beat. And I guess I overheated, but I didn't understand that because I've been working all day just fine. And went out there just to pilfer a little bit, and oh, I was nauseous. I could tell I'd stopped sweating. So I told Carolyn, let's get in the truck. So we got in the truck and we drove around, probably 10 miles. I don't know the exact distance, with the air conditioner on full blast. I thought, well, we could go in the camper and run the air conditioner off that, you know, off the generator, because it was partly cloudy yesterday, and I didn't want to risk the batteries running the air conditioner that late in the evening. So but I'd had to start the generator, so I'd have been outside in the heat even longer, actually doing more activity. So we just got in the truck and drove around, cooled off. And I was feeling better by the time we got back. And after, I don't know, half hour being back home, I was completely fine. But yesterday it was 87 degrees. Now I know that the heat index was up there, but today we were 95 and the heat index up there. And I worked my tail off today. Absolutely worked it off. Not sure, but we're not charging today. Wonder what's going on. Something was running, I could tell. The fan on the inverter was running hard. There wasn't anything on it, it just came down to shut off. Let me see if the pressure washer's hooked up to it. I told you yesterday, pressure washer works sometimes on that inverter and sometimes it doesn't. I may have just learned why I don't want to use the inverter. I think I unplugged it though. Yeah, it's unplugged, so it wasn't the inverter, wasn't the pressure washer, so there's nothing on it. I wonder why we're using so much energy. I didn't even fill the water today, so I don't know what's going on. Oh. So today, like I said, I worked my tail off. So yesterday, had a mower here, day before yesterday, whatever it was, had a mower here from the guy who cuts grass around town. And one of the pulleys, the deck bracket, it's part of the deck, had bent. And so I tried to straighten it the best I could. And I thought I had it. So I called him right away when I discovered that the deck was bent, and I told him, you're gonna have to take this to someone who fabricates metal. I said, I can weld a little bit, but I don't fabricate metal. So I just don't have the resources. And he says, okay, well, we'll run it until, you know, whenever. That's just the way he thinks. Well, this morning he comes over, picks it up, and he takes it over to the job site, and he says, oh, I can't run that. That's bent. So it must have bent overnight because there was spring pressure on it. And I mean, it was fine when I had it set to the side and said he could come get it. He picked all that up this morning. Well, then his brother's lawnmower was here and we had to, you know, get that one running. Oh, that was a nightmare. The tires, the front tires, they're so dry rotted. They have no flexibility to it. So I tried to put an inner tube in there and it's just impossible. There is no flexibility. They will not move. So I worked on that for probably 3 hours trying to get those tires on. Finally, he said, well, let's just put new tires on. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, the problem with this guy, he brings me a lot of business. I'll give you that. But everything is on a budget. Everything. He can't afford much. Everything's in a hurry. You know, I say 10 days. I'll promise that I get everything back to you by 10 days. More than 2 days, and he's calling and asking. And then, of course, everything is just beat to heck. They're just in terrible shape. So anyway, his brother's been sitting out for a while, and I got the carburetor cleaned up and running. So today I was just going to do a service. Changed tires. Tires took forever. And then I got up underneath the deck and all the spindles, you know, the mower blades had been put on wrong. So the spindle had that star pattern had been rounded off. And one of the bolts was just jammed in there so tight and rusted. So my impact, it just wouldn't take it out. I heated it up and the impact loosened it a little bit. So I would tighten it, loosen it, tighten it, loosen it, tighten it with the impact, and then the battery died. So then I took a breaker bar and a ratchet and pulled and pulled and pulled. The ratchet broke, but I finally got it off. Oh, it just took so much effort to get that thing apart. Well, then that spindle also was rounded off. So out of the 3 spindles, 2 of them were bad. So that just shut me down. I had nothing to do until I figured out what I was doing. And then I thought, he brought that mower over with the bad spindle, the bad, the bent frame. He says, I got a guy that is going to fabricate and weld in a new piece. Okay. But he won't take the deck off. I need to get the deck off. So I swapped it around, got the deck off, and I'm trying to get the deck up to the wagon. I got a little pull around wagon. And I was trying to get it on the wagon. He called and said, hey, I'm on that spindle, don't worry about it. Just put the blades back on as tight as you can get them with the impact, and that'll be good enough. Okay, I said, well, I don't guarantee it. And that's fine, that's fine. So now I've got a call into him. He just dinged me twice. So I would imagine that's him. I don't get too many messages. So he said he'll pick it up tonight or tomorrow. These mowers are just a wreck. Just a wreck. He said he'll probably pick it up tomorrow, but if he can do it tonight, he'll let me know. The day's almost over with. So, but anyway, my point to me telling you, I just worked all day long, just beating it to death. And I mean, it's going to pay good, don't get me wrong, but I didn't have that heat exhaustion or whatever it was I had yesterday. There was a time or two where, I felt like my heart was racing a little bit, and I would just sit down for a second and rest, and that went away. But I noticed when I was editing my video from, yesterday's video, that I was breathing heavy, walking around. So I must have just gotten hot and didn't realize it. And then when I did realize it, it was pretty serious. But so today, I'm going to relax. I mean, I got up this morning, and I was out here working at 6 o'clock trying to get everything done before it got hot. But those tires, they just wouldn't come off. Well, I mean, or I'll go back on, I mean. They're just stiff. There is no flex to these at all. None. And it's always harder to get these small tires on anyways. But, I mean, I can do it. It's not a big deal. I've done it many times. But, whew, not these. And I put new bushings in them because the bushings were just shot. And there's the shot bushings. There's a better set. There's a new set right there. And what else is going on? I guess that's it, but I'm feeling better today, and I'm going to try to be more aware of what my body is telling me. I took a shower just a little bit ago. It was a cooler shower to kind of cool off. I didn't think about that last night. I should have just jumped in the shower to cool off. That would have saved some gas in the truck, but I was just in not a panic, but I was deeply concerned that I was in trouble. I looked up Carolyn and said, Carolyn, I'm in trouble. So the temperatures are serious. The thing is the heat doesn't bother me mentally. I'm okay. I could work out in the heat. I can work out in the heat all day, just nonstop. I don't mind the heat. I know a lot of people can't stand the heat. They got to have air conditioning, but I don't mind it at all. It's the cold that bothers me. Within a few minutes, I'm shut down in the cold. It's terrible for me. I hate the cold. So now I know that I can actually work myself in the heat until I'm in trouble. And I drink plenty of water. I'm sure anybody that's been following my channel for any time will even say I probably drink too much water. They say that a lot. I don't think I drink too much water, but regardless, I drink plenty of water. And the water's got minerals in it. And I know somebody's going to say, well, you electrolytes. And well, I also put salt in my breakfast, so got electrolytes. I take potassium. There's electrolytes. I take those every day. And I don't have any serious cramping, so I don't think I'm deficient in electrolytes. But I mean, Carolyn brought it up today. It's a valid point, but I just don't think it is. I mean, I take copper. That's metal. I mean, what better electrolyte can you get than metal? So anyway, I guess I'll jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. Really appreciate it if you go check it out. So if I can inspire you to watch your temperature so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.